Hey, you guys, I just wanted to give you a quick update. I have been moving around and having to work quite a bit between that, tutoring, and just taking care of personal things. I've been pretty busy, but this is so cool. I made the video for the Rosicrucian cross or the Rosea cross. And there were a lot of things that were missing out of that when I went back to look at it and see like everything that was missing. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to do that video again. So I had just finished making a few candles. And while I was dressing the candles and melting them down and everything, I was like, you know what? How about I do a video since I'm getting a lot of new subscribers talking about how I went from one extreme to another. Now, the way I started off on my spiritual journey was through church. And everybody knows that I used to be a dancer and a model, and you know, I had a little girl, and then I just like slowly started to like slow down, and then I just got tired of that lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, and just quit everything. And I had got involved in a church like really, really hard, and then that's where my second child came from, was just being told that certain things in the church, like, oh, this man is blessed and all this other stuff. And it wasn't even because of his personality or if he had money or not. It was just based off the color of his skin, like, oh, the white man is a blessed man, and, you know, da-da-da-da. And then when things started getting crappy, I had went to my pastor, and my pastor was like, oh, yeah, you didn't count the cost of the relationship, and technically in the eyes of the Lord, you're husband and wife. And it was just terrible, you guys. It was terrible. And I just got to a point to where I was like, you know, all my life I've been going through hell and back. And there could be no other explanation aside from I may be missing something. I may be missing something in this big picture. And let me stand up. And then what I did was I just started doing a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of traveling, to the point to where I have found out a few things. You know, we've already talked about that in my other videos where I'm just like, hey, you know what? Let me tell you about this, about the Bible, and that, and that, and that, and that, you know. So I'm not going to even reiterate on all of that stuff. But I do get a lot of, like, messages where people are, like, correcting me on videos that are, like, 4 years old. Like, these videos are old as hell. And I never do real-time videos. I never do a current video, like, today, and the video is going to be updated or uploaded or whatever, just for safety reasons. You never know who's out there watching. You know, I see you scrying. I see all them haters scrying. I just learned that. I thought I was so cool. You know, that and just all my research got me to where I am today. So you'll hear me in old videos, like, refer you to a video. And I'll be super excited, like, oh, yeah, I learned this, this, and this. And then you'll hear me today go, that person, they were full of malarkey. I met one real person on YouTube, and that was Shango. Shango was a real mofo, okay? And him and his fam, and then Thomas Moore, and Evolving Wisdom. And it was just like a handful of people out of hundreds of people that were really about that life. And as far as like work goes, like spiritual work, if it wasn't a bukur, you know what I'm saying, Shango's on top of his shit, you know what I'm saying? So here I am all these years later, like, yeah, he was on top of his stuff. And to look back at all the knowledge that I had, I was on top of my things too, but the downfall with that, I was just too new to the game and it was too much for me and it was overwhelming. And at the same time, when you're stepping out, it's kind of easy to keep your toe in the safe place, like, I got Jesus over here, I got Jesus over here. You know, in case anything fails, I got Jesus over here. And you know, there's no lukewarm in anything. There's no lukewarm. And a lot of people will also hear me say that I believe in a creator. Yes, I do. Like, nobody will be able to take that away from me. I believe in guardian angels. I believe in a creator. And then I believe in other things that people cannot see on a daily basis. Certain people cannot see those things. You see somebody talking to themselves walking down the street, you think, okay, this person's schizophrenic. I see someone talking to themselves down the street. I see an entity right next to them that they are speaking to. So on the face of things, that person looks crazy. But that person's crazy because they were dibbling in stuff they had no business dibbling in. And now they're entertaining a spirit that is just attached to them. And they're in between, like a cat. They're in between. Like, you ever seen an animal look at something from across the room and start barking at an empty corner? It's because there's actually something there. You know, they can sense an earthquake days before it happens. So, and these are scientific facts. These are not just me and my beliefs. And, you know, this is quantum physics. This is actual stuff that I can break down on a piece of paper had I been a mathematician. Obviously, I am not a mathematician. Calculus, I got to calculus, but after that, it was kind of like blah, 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 blah. Everything just started looking like numbers. That's not for a creative mind. Also, at the same time, me being dyslexic, I can see things, and my way of understanding and learning is a lot different. And then a lot of people will be like, well, isn't that a learning disability? Actually, it's not. I score 30% above average on a reading and comprehension test usually. And then math, because I have math dyslexia, I have a tendency to mix up numbers. So I have to go back over and over, and I never in college wrote down that I was dyslexic. I never told anybody I was dyslexic. A couple of professors caught on to it. But I was taught by very good teachers growing up that that's not a disability. Actually, it's an advantage. And most people who are dyslexic have an above average IQ. And, you know, there's Beethoven, there's Albert Einstein. He used to get called a dummy. He used to get laughed at. And there's so many people who have dyslexia that are like geniuses. So speaking of geniuses, I wanted to talk about how like some people on YouTube off the face of things look batshit crazy and they're actually geniuses. They're like in between worlds and their mind is in so many different places at one time that it comes off, because there is no balance, it comes off as prey. Now, a lot of y'all know Achilles Osai, and we all thought that he went cray-cray. And I was like, okay, he was dibbling with lower energy and lower magic, and that's why he started acting all weird and funny. But that's not the case. He saw a lot of things. Prior to the incident where he thought I was attacking him, and it wasn't me, it was someone else. Hold on, let me wipe this thing off. Where's this paper towels? Yeah, so prior to that whole incident where the whole gang of people fell apart, and it happened for a reason, because in this journey, there's no such thing as groups. Even the X-Men didn't get along, but they all serve one purpose. So, okay, while my cam dries off, basically, he had called it out like 5 years ago that I had a handler. And I was like, what a D-bag. Like, I don't have no damn handlers. And to be honest, another part of the occult journey is when you're able to look in the mirror and look at yourself and sit back and pull a piece of yourself away, put a white lab coat on, and analyze yourself and be able to call yourself out on your own BS. And for the longest time, my last daughter's father was my handler. He called that out, I never, 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 ever, I'm getting messages, you guys. I never thought in a million years that guy was my handler, because the way that that energy was working, it made it look like I had control of the situation. It wasn't until up until 6-7 months ago where I went YouTube, I blacked out on YouTube, which is I stopped making videos for a period of time. And that I had actually opened my eyes and was like, oh my God, this dude's been handling me. And this ain't cool. This is not cool. Black, white, whatever. This dude has too much power in my life. And how can I be somebody on YouTube? Y'all, I ain't got no eyebrows. How can I be somebody on YouTube trying to share my journey and I'm not keeping it all the way 100 with y'all? That dude was handling me. Now, I was told to handle him by, I love you, Shango, I love you. He told me to take a hold of that shit a long time ago. And in the spiritual plane, if someone is attacking you, if something's going on in your life and you don't do anything about it, then that is on you. That's how the spirits look at it. That is on you. If you don't have enough common sense to wake up out of your situation and say, wait, this is not okay. Me being upset and sad all the time, or me having to run around, or these bills are overtaking my life. I'm doing this, and certain people do things for money that they don't want to do, just to get the money. Some people work jobs that they don't want to have just to be able to pay the bills. That's the time where you have to take yourself by the collar and be like, hold up, wait a minute. I have control of my life. I have control of what I want to do, where I want to be, how people treat me. The outcome, regardless of if I'm in a predominantly black neighborhood, a predominantly Hispanic neighborhood, a predominantly East Asian neighborhood, doesn't matter where you are living. This is an energy that you give off. And people have negative energy, and it's up to you to be responsible for that energy. Now, back to the handler. Now, when I realized that this dude was handling me, it was only after 20 people said something, because I was so high up on my own high horse that the way that it was handled, the way that I was handled, was on a sneaky type of thing, where someone manipulates you into thinking that you made that decision. That's some cold game right there. That's some cold game. Now, a few of you on YouTube know what I'm talking about with those type of manipulations and those type of people. And only people in this spiritual walk get caught up in stuff like that, because that's the only way to get to us. You can have all kind of stuff going on the outside, and we'll just be smooth operators no, we're cool. I'll figure out this. Oh, well, there's plan B, plan C, all the way to Z. And by the time I get to Z, I'm going to figure out how to solve this problem. Then comes the love life and handlers, secret handlers. And this is something that y'all need to understand, that there are secret handlers. Some people are being handled right now. Some of y'all are being handled right now by your partner, and you don't even know it. You don't even realize it. You don't even understand that you're being used. You don't even understand that you're giving 99.9% and that person only giving you 1% back. You don't even understand that the stress ages your body. So if I didn't know alchemy, I'd be in the hospital right now sick. I'm a 00. When I first started doing these YouTubes, I was a size 8'9", y'all. A size 8'9". And I always go black on y'all if something's going on and I need to take care of that. Then I'll come back and I'll do a video, because I want to help people that are going through the situations that I am going through. Does that make me better than someone who may be in a worse off situation? Who knows? Now, see, prior to that, I'd be like, oh, no, I'm not better than anyone else. No, who knows? I'm better than a lot of these people walking around. As a matter of fact, I took my car to the dealership yesterday, and I seen a lady cuss her baby out. Her baby. The baby was less than a year old, and she's calling the baby all kind of B's and hoes, like, I'm going to F you up. And I thought she was talking to another woman. And I'm walking past, going to the service area to pick up my car. And I'm looking. And then she pulls out a baby that can barely walk. And I'm just like, I'm not going to take on that energy. That's not cool. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like, how could you talk to, how could you treat an innocent? Like, there are crappy people in this world, but when you're treating and mistreating children, I have a problem with that. My handler mistreated children. I just now come to the realization of a lot of things that I did not see before. Like I said in another video, that I did a truth spell, and on that truth spell, like I did not like think that my eyes were going to be this open. It is not an easy journey, and at times it was painful until I started cleansing myself, energy work, baths, salt baths, positive, thoughts, writing down positive things, stopping myself when I'm about to say something negative, stopping my children when they're about to say something negative. And no matter how bleak the situation is looking, I'm still going to push ahead. If I wake up and open my eyes, that means I got another chance. I got another chance to get something done. Y'all got another chance to get something done, no matter how old you are, no matter how big you are, no matter how skinny you are, if you're looking for a love, if you're not looking for a love, gay, straight, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because who am I to judge someone else on their sexual preference when I had all this BS going on in my life? Or just anything. I believe that a flaw is a flaw, no matter what the face of that flaw is. It's just a flaw. Human beings are flawed, and part of becoming a God and stepping into your power is understanding that you were put here on this plane at this day and this time, equipped with certain things to get you through certain situations. So even if you're alone and you don't even have anyone, you're equipped to push through any situation. And when everything is said and done, I'm going to do a video and I'm going to drop it. I'm just going to drop everything, like anything that I've been through, because there's so many people that are just bottled up inside because they feel like somebody's going to prejudge them for who they are as a person. And that should never happen to anyone. So with all that said, I got to get my girls, we're about to go and get us some breakfast, and I usually cook, but we have to go get some things done today. So I see y'all when I see y'all. Peace, not a peace. Wholeness. I have to check myself because I'll be listening to peace. Infinite waters. No, I'm just joking. But I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope everybody's okay. Like, just update me. Give me a thumbs up and let me know y'all surviving. Y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Love you. Peace out. Peace and hair grease.